Hello, we're doing another book review. This time we're looking at Richard Templar's book, The Rules to Break. Richard Templar is famous of the series of these books. He has quite a lot. I'm not sure how many in the catalog, but he wrote Rules to Break, Rules of Loving, Rules to Management, Rules to Work, Rules to Life, Rules to Marriage, Rules to Parenthood. He has quite a large catalog on the rules of life. My intention was to look at that series of Richard Templar, but then I discovered that I read another small book by Dr. Wayne Dyer, The Everyday Wisdom for Success. And somehow I found that these books, they share the same message. It's a message of encouragement, a message of giving us a plan on how to navigate life when we want to achieve something bigger. They speak different topics, but the content sounds the same. So if you can, you may get yourself a copy of those books, but I'll just give you a summary of what these guys mentioned, or what I took as an abstract from reading both of these books. To start with, they both agree that we are all having a birthright of living a life that is full of joy, of love, and happiness. So if anyone deprives you of those things, or in your environment those things are taken, those are your birthrights. God gave you those rights when you were conceived. You need to fight for them. They belong to you. They are yours. And they furthermore went to say, if you want to achieve something bigger in life, you need to make bigger changes in your life. Take bigger steps. This is where Richard Templar said, break the rule of saying that you need to take smaller steps to build onto them so that you end up with a bigger picture. He says, no, go on at that time. Take giant steps. You cut down on time to reach your goal. But then to reach your goal, you need to believe that you can attain what you want, and you will find the necessary help that you're looking for. So if you have that dream, you have that goal, you want to see it being put into realization, never hesitate your dream, never hesitate your goal. Be convinced that what you are interested in is what you want in life. And when you are convinced, it will be easy for you to find help along the way, because people will be triggered by your interest into your dream, by your interest into your goal. And never lose focus of your goal. No matter who you are with, where you are, always tell people, if you can, how interested you are in this idea, how you've invested emotionally and mentally into this idea. Acquire skills, acquire knowledge, have the right attitude of implementing your idea and your goal, so that people are driven to help you, to assist you to succeed or make it in life. Now they went on to show that your state of life is a true reflection of what is going on in your mind. So if in your life you are highly motivated, have a strong conviction about your goal, you know that it is something achievable, you know that there's nothing else you're more interested in than what you believe in, it will be easy for other people to see that no, this person needs to be given a platform. This person needs to be given a chance to achieve this goal. They are directed by your conviction, by mere looking at your life, that you show interest, you are dedicated to the idea. Remember, dedication is much stronger than loyalty. You're not just loyal to your idea. It's the only thing you dream of. You can't see other things. All you see is this idea, and you're making every effort to make sure that that idea is achieved. This is how you'll find help. They also mention that the more you see yourself as what you want to achieve, and the more you act as if you've already achieved that goal, it's the more you activate those dormant forces that will collaborate to show the realization of your dream, or transform your dream into reality. So act as if you are what you want to be. Behave, talk the language, show the skill, show interest, mingle with people who are in that sphere or faculty or industry that you want to engage in, to show the people that this is how strong your desire is. Because now you're walking like them, you're talking like them, you're doing things they are doing. It's a practice mode for you to say this is how you're going to behave when you achieve your goal. Don't be moved around by other people's ideas. Don't live for the approval of other people. If other people say, we don't think this idea will ever work, we don't think this is real, you may hear them, but don't listen to them. Keep on striving to get better each time you get a negative response. If there is an opportunity, let's say you want to be in business and there's an opportunity to say, here are the tenders, here are the pitching platforms for your businesses, and you get turned down, don't be discouraged by that. It doesn't mean that your idea is bad. It just means that where you went, maybe there were other stronger ideas, or the time was right for other products, not for yours. I'll make an example. If maybe the previous year there was a platform for pitching business ideas, and somebody went there and say, I have this dream of selling the mask and hand sanitizer, everybody was going to laugh at them and say, you know what, as much as we know there is a mask in the world, there is a hand sanitizer, why do you think there is a market for that besides the hospitals? Because nobody would have predicted that in 2020 those were the products we're all going to yearn for, we're all going to die for, we're all wanting to have in our wardrobes, in our houses, in our homes, in our schools, in our offices. So that person, had she went or he went for pitching, they would have turned her down like in a dash of speed. But if that person had given up the idea, come 2020, now it's a year where everybody need a mask and hand sanitizer, the same person is like a king or a queen, because now it's the right time, now it's the opportunity. So believe that at times when people turn you down, it's just the timing. The opportunity is not right, but your product is right. It could be that at times your prototype, your product that you went to show them, needs some modification so that it can be the right product for the market. And make sure that you pitch it at the right market, because there is nothing than having the best product but with the wrong audience, or people who do not even understand that product. So it will discourage you, especially if you're young, because young people get discouraged easily. But people who've been down the road several times, they've been beaten up several times, mentally, emotionally, those people are stronger. So when they go for opportunities, they do expect that it's either they will be turned down or they will be favored. So don't be discouraged by those things. The other thing, they said, don't waste time worrying about your reputation. Reputation is other people's ideas or opinions or perceptions about you. It doesn't mean that is the true you. The only thing you need to strive fixing or strive polishing up is your character. You need a stronger character. Why? Because character is your personality, is the essence of being you. You make that. The character is you. The character is your mind. The character is your idea. The character is what you've put together to create that picture that is you. So waste more energy building, protecting, strengthening your character rather than wasting time on finding perception of other people about you. Let that be their problem. You mind your own problem, which is your character. When people have treated you in a manner that you resent, they said, go back and reflect. Look at what is it that you did or said, or what is it, or what sort of signal did you send to that person to treat you in the way that they treated you, so that in the next encounter, either with the same person or with other people of the same character, you don't come back feeling resentful. So fix that by fixing yourself first, because it will be hard for you to fix that person or to fix everybody that you meet your way that treats you in a way that you feel is unbecoming. So look at yourself, fix what you can within yourself to change the attitude or the way people interact with you. When you are in a friendship or a relationship, know that a relationship is about compromise. When you make friends with other people, when you meet partners in life, when you marry somebody, you're not marrying a duplicate of yourself. You're marrying an individual who had a well set, a strong set of values, beliefs, ideas. They have their own visions about the future. They have their plans about their life for the future. Now, when you engage into that person's life, you're not going to stop their goals. You're not going to stop their dreams. You're not going to stop their visions about their life. But try and marry your ideas, your values, your beliefs, such that your relationship can be tolerable. And if in that relationship there is a disagreement or an altercation, or you don't see eye to eye, please be polite when discussing those problems. Be respectful, be considerate, because you want to maintain that relationship for a longer term. Unless, of course, you don't care about that relationship. Do the way you feel like doing, throw a tantrum, be rude so that you can walk out. But there's no need as an adult to walk out that way. You don't have to be demeaning. You can just share your ideas, share your differences, agree to disagree, and part ways, so that you're not enemies. Nobody will feel like I need to kill somebody. And that is what is happening now in our country, that now when people terminate relationships, or they feel they're stuck, or they feel they're not heard, or they feel they are being undermined, they're not respected, they just feel that, okay, it should be the end of the road of the other partner. They kill. It could be emanating from such things, that there is no compromise, there is no politeness, there is no respect, there is nobody listening. Everybody is yelling and screaming. So we need to bring back that state of affairs in the relationship. I've mentioned that you don't have to seek approval of other people. In the same talk, don't live by other people's rules. So when you are in a circle of friends, your neighbors, your partners, they have their own rules. They have their own way, their own understanding. The way they were brought up brings the idea of how the life should be. That is for them. Don't allow them to impose that on you and start telling you how you must lead your life, how your house must look like, when you must turn on the lights, when you must turn them off, when you must paint your house, what color must your house be, what dress to wear, what colors not to wear. It should all be your choice. It should all make sense to you. Because if it's not chosen by you, you let other people choose. It means you've given away your sense of self. Now you are being controlled like a robot, being controlled by other people. And for sure you won't enjoy that life, because it's no longer yours. You've given it away. It's like you surrendered your power to other people. You disempowered yourself. And now you're living as another person and no more yourself. Start living as yourself by being true to yourself, Live true to your principles, to your beliefs, to your rules. Forget about perceptions of other people. Now, if you happen in your life to meet people that are negative in your life, or people who were sinister, believe me, that's not the last time you're going to meet them. You're still going to meet them when you turn 30, when you turn 40, when you turn 50, 60, depending on how long you're going to live your life. There's always that set of people out there, people who are always seeking to do harm to other people, people who are always seeking to do something negative to other people, people whose encounter with other people always ends up with something going wrong. That just their fibers in their body are designed that they'll either steal your money, borrow your money and not pay it back, borrow your car, smash it, and don't apologize and don't commit to helping you repair that car. It's just those friends, they do exist. We still call them friends, but their actions don't show any kind of friendship. They're just about themselves. And if you do meet them and they live your life, don't hate on them. Don't cling on that hatred of them and the memory that they were once there and you how much you hate them. Don't waste your energy thinking about that every day. Instead, consider them as teachers, because they were there to teach you something in life. You've heard the saying where they say some people are there for a reason, some are there for a season, and some are there forever. Those negative, sinister people shouldn't be there in your life forever, but they were there for a reason, to teach you something in life, to teach you that there are bad people in life. They may come to you as friends smiling, but they're just as bad as serpents. So thanks God for them. They're teaching you a lesson. So in future, if you find people that act like them, that talk like them, that look as friendly as them, keep in mind that, oh, my hands were once bent by people who talk like that. But having said that, it doesn't mean that you must live your life in fear, because fear won't get you anywhere. Instead, it will cripple you. It will disable you in moving forward with your life. One other thing they said, if you encounter hurdles in your life, you encounter negativity, you encounter rejection, that is expected. Life is designed in such a way that it's not often yes, 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 yes. There will be no's along the way. Sometimes it could be a string of negative, 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 until you suspect that there's something wrong with you. There's a conspiracy against you, conspiracy against your idea. No, there's nothing wrong with you. Nobody is against your idea. It's just that the time is not right. If you are a Christian person, you will know that there's time for everything. It's written in the Bible. So when you get a rejection, it could be that God is giving you time to polish yourself out, to polish either your attitude or your character or your relationship with other people, because at the end you'll be humble, and maybe you'll end up asking for help from a person you strongly despise, but probably that's the person carrying the key to your success. So when you get those negatives, don't beat yourself up, don't kill yourself, don't run into depression. It's not the end of life, it's not the end of the world, it's not the end of your dream. Your dream must still live on despite all those rejections. There are many people who went through rejections before they could be successful, and they can tell you, if you ask a guy who designed a telephone, if you ask a guy who designed electricity, they failed several times. Ask a guy who designed an aeroplane, they failed several times, but look today what they achieved. So even for you, if your plan is not acceptable today, it doesn't mean that it's a denial for eternity. It's just a denial for today. Keep pushing, keep believing in your idea. The next day you will make it. So these guys are really encouraging us to do so. They also said, believe that you can attain what you love doing, and you will find the help that you're looking for to succeed. So with you staying focused to your goal, it has to be accompanied by the strong conviction that this is the idea that is going to make you a better person. This is the idea that will take you from the place where you are to the next phase of your life, and maybe for the next 2 generations after you. And if you don't show that belief, you don't show that strong conviction, nobody else will be convinced by the idea that this is the best ever idea to have been received or come across their desk. So keep that light alight in your life. Keep in your mind the idea alive. Never allow your idea to fade. They also said you have to do what you have the passion for. Do what you love, because you'll keep on enjoying loving what you do. You might do it even longer. Now, they said the time is gone for a phase where people were told that you need to take a course that will give you a safe job. Take a course that always have vacancies. Now, let's say they say stop chasing vacancies, because that's a scarcity mentality. You're thinking that you have to be an employee. You have to work for somebody. Now you're targeting who has a slot. Let me go and train so that I can fit into their bigger idea. Instead, they say, no, stop thinking like an employee. Think like an employer, a potential employer. Think big ideas. That is why you need to do big changes and take big steps so that you become the employer and not the employee. So there won't be any time where you whinging and whining about the government having no jobs. We are sitting at home. Think of something else that you can do. Don't wait for government to create an opportunity for you. Create opportunities for yourself. Start with whatever you can where you are to make it big. Life is about targeting opportunities, available opportunities. You don't wait for opportunities to knock at your door. You grab the opportunities yourself. There's so many of you. So if you're sitting at home and think that somebody will write you a letter and say, oh, you've just been to university, come and work for us, that will never happen. There are many people with degrees these days. It's no more like something rare. It's something basic. And in most countries, when you look for a job, the basic qualification they're looking at is bachelor. And because bachelor is now basic, you'll notice that most of applicants have got masters and PhD. So the competition gets higher and higher each year. Make yourself competitive. Acquire rare skills. Improve yourself. Don't limit your options by keeping to the fact that you went to university to do admin, so now you're going to stay in that box. Learn something else. Learn a new skill. Maybe your bachelor in business management was not meant for you to work for somebody. Maybe it was preparing you to have your own business. But with that business, you need to learn a skill. Maybe go and do bricklaying. Doesn't matter that you started with a degree. Bricklaying, it will make you the owner of a company for bricklayers, so you become a construction person. But if you're going to stay at home and say, oh, I did a degree in business admin, government must hire me, businesses must hire me, why must they hire you? When there are so many people with the same qualification, what's unique about yours? Look at your package and say, what is unique about my package that will attract employers? That you got cum laude is nice, but is it unique? Anybody can get 75% and above. It doesn't make them unique species or unique individuals. That is an easy thing to achieve. So look for something that will make your package look unique, make your package look interesting, make your package look enticing to the person you're delivering to, and never lose interest to whatever you have to present to those people. Because if you're not convinced, if you're not so much engaged into your idea, the second person can easily tell that you don't buy into your idea, so why should they buy into your idea? They also said, learn to appreciate things that you have, learn to appreciate the person you are, and be grateful, because there could be a lot more people who are less off than you are, or in a worse position than you are. So stop whining and whinging about your position. Think that whilst you are sitting at home, at least you have a home, you have food, there is your parents giving you a plate every day from breakfast to dinner. There is a person who might be sitting along the streets who have the same degree as you. They have no shelter, they have no food, they don't know where the next meal will come from. If it's not from the trash bin, it could be from the kind people, but even kind people these days are scared of getting next to other people because it could be a criminal who's pretending to be a street walker. Who knows? So some people, their situations are worse than yours. Stop worrying about that. Instead, be grateful for the little blessings you have, or what you perceive as little blessing of having a shelter and food and people that take care of you and love you. I've already mentioned that they said, take stock of all the negative forces that came across your life, because their actions might have been a blessing in disguise. Sometimes we find friends, sometimes we find partners that we love and convince that we trust them. And they said there's nothing wrong with trusting people. In fact, because there is a life lesson that says, trust no one. Richard Templer said, no, trust everybody until there is a reason for you not to trust them. So he said, in the trust, if you don't trust people, they will reflect the same energy towards you. They will not trust you, so you'll feel rejected all the time. That's because they get the same energy from you. So instead of not trusting people, trust them, give them a chance, give them a leeway for them to prove themselves not to be trusted. And then you work based on that. Now it's based on a experience. It's a proven experience that they are not to be trusted. But be careful not just to rate off everybody who comes your way by not trusting them. Associate yourself with successful people. He said, in associating yourself with successful people, make sure it's people who've risen above the egos and vanities of life. People who are not seeking approvals. People who are not seeking crowds. People who are not seeking numbers. Because we know we live in a time where everybody wants the likes, wants the heart emojis, wants the numbers, that I have so many followers. So make sure that those people you ask for help from are not people who are working towards numbers, are not people who are working towards having more people to talk about them and how much they have and how good they look and all those useless things that you do not need at the time. Look for people who are truly successful, people who are leaders, because leaders will always inspire to develop other people. They want to bring up leaders. They want to leave a reputation. They want to leave a legacy once they are gone. So look up to those people. Ask for their input. Ask for their ideas. Ask for their review with your idea, because they will never let you down. But successful people who are still working for fame, looking for numbers, wants their name to be mentioned on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Facebook, on YouTube all the time, those are not the people who are going to help you. They are helping themselves. They are feeding their ego. They want their ego to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. In fact, they're selfish. They're using you to carry the step ladder so that they can climb higher. Forget about them. Cut them off your circle. Learn to keep a secret. It's another rule they told us. They said, if you want to make it in life, you need to keep a secret. A secret should start by you keeping your idea a secret. Don't go around sharing your new idea that God gave you with everybody, because some people are good listeners. They will listen attentively to your idea, snatch it. The next morning you wake up, your friend has already been to visit a company saying that she or he has an idea. Meanwhile, she knows that she stole from you. And they know that that idea is going to work and will work big time. So shut your mouth up. No matter it's your best friend, no matter it's a friend you grew up with, never share your idea before your idea is big enough for you to implement. Otherwise, if you still seek for their approval about their idea, it means you don't believe that your idea is valid enough. You don't believe that your idea is big enough. And that's when God will take it away from you. So, never make that mistakes. Relationship about compromise. They said in a relationship, never strive to change another person. When you meet that individual, that is a whole person. That is who they chose to be. Don't change them. Don't bully them into changing. Don't fight them into being the persons you want them to be. So if you met me as a fat person, when we get married, don't beat me up and say, you fat, you need to lose weight. You found me that way. And that's how I choose to be. Let me be myself and not the picture that you have in your brain. The picture that you have is good enough for you to be that picture. So change yourself to that picture that you're having mentally. They said stay alive. Stay alive means you need to eat healthy. Take care of your body. Meditate to take care of your brain. Engage in team building groups, engage in development groups, learn a new skill, learn new art, mingle with other people that are outside your circle. For instance, if you are a nurse, your friends shouldn't be all nurses. You need to look beyond a circle of nurses so that you can grow. Be friends with engineers, be friends with scientists, be friends with teachers, be friends with, I don't know, abantu ababuthu, but make sure that you reach out to a variety of groups of people. Don't be contained in one sphere, because then your brain and your skills and your abilities are limited to one sphere only, because that's all you talk about, that's all what you do, whether you're at work or you're at home, because your circle of friends are all in the same industry. You all talking the same language from the morning to the evening, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So make sure that you develop yourself, expand your network. That way you are expanding your abilities. They even discourage the fact that we should stay in one job for more than 10, 20 years. He said, if you do that, if you do one job for more than 20 years, you've just disabled yourself and limited your abilities to one ability for the rest of your lifetime. And if that job has never turned you into a person who live in abundance, it means it's an indication, a true indication, that you've disabled yourself. If it just keeps you this a person who lives from hand to mouth, you wait for payday to be able to survive, then you haven't done well for yourself. That means I'm in that group as well. So people younger than me do things differently. Look at other opportunities. Today they talk of look at different streams of income. They don't mean go and rob the banks whilst you are employed in the hospital, but they say do what you are doing now, but look at other things as well. It cannot be that God just gave you one talent to study a book and become a professional person, and beyond that, nothing. There has to be something else. There has to be something bigger, which led to a fact where they said you need to live for a higher goal than yourself. Live beyond just thinking of getting a salary and going home and change your furniture and paint your house and buy a new car and buy your clothes. There has to be something bigger than that you do, especially to contribute and develop your community. Engage in something. Be a silent donor. If there are poor kids around you, you don't have to go on TV and say, you know, I'm the only one in the neighborhood who helped this child, but there are other neighbors, so don't do it. If you're going to want that attention, do it silently. Help them. It will be up to them if they want to divulge the fact that they were helped by you in succeeding whatever they succeed, but it's no job of yours to go around announcing how many poor people you've helped in your area or around the world. You don't have to do that. Your work will always tell the results. And remain humble. They said when they say remain humble, they don't mean that allow yourself to be bullied by other people. Don't sell out your power. That is a misuse of power. But no, you remain assertive, humble, and successful. Because if you combine those three things, including knowledge and personality, your success will last you longer than you ever dreamt of. Never dwelt on guilt and worry. They said those two emotions are very detrimental to the mind and they are very time consuming. So never waste time on worrying about things or feeling guilty about things, because they said it doesn't fix anything. Instead, it's a constant reminder of things that have gone wrong in your life. Forget about them. Let go of those feelings. Yes, you may know that in your past you've gone through those experiences, negative experiences, but move on so that you can grow and maybe help others who might find themselves in the same situation as you. Keep in mind that not everybody in life will like you, the same way as you are not going to like everybody that you come across with. You will always find a reason why you don't like a certain person. The same happens to them. They will find a reason why they don't like you. That's a fact of life. Just be peaceful. Find comfort in knowing that not everybody will like you. And basically that is it. Those are the main things they mentioned in their books. They said in relationships, when you have altercations or you have disagreements, because your aim is not to change a person, the aim is not to attack the person, discuss those problems and questions in a very polite manner that is considerate of the other person, respecting of the other person, ready to listen. Because if nobody listening, there's no need for you to discuss anything. Just part ways. Okay. Let's look at another book next time. I don't know whether I'll carry on the rules of Richard Templar, because I still have a few of his other books to go through. I don't mind. I love reading them. They're easy to read. Find yourself a copy of them. But I'm thinking of doing the rules of work after this, and then later we'll do the rules of life. Please enjoy those books as much as I've enjoyed them. I tried to summarize them and condense them into these few lines, but there's a lot in their books. Of course, this is a summary. It's not the entire book I'm giving you. Thank you very much. Let's meet next time. And in my next video, we'll have to discuss the femicide, South Africans. Thank you.